Hey, welcome back. This is Alex from Frequence channel. Did you see the news yesterday? Microsoft Windows and Crowdstrike made a huge mess around the world. Half of the computers were on blue screen of death. It was a very fun day and many things to see. So let me explain you what happened. So yesterday, if you went to the airport, probably you wouldn't able to take your flight. And maybe if you wanted to enter to your bank account, maybe also you had issues to access to your account and your money. Many ATMs were also simply stocked because of this issue. So what happened is that CrowdStrike, a very well-known cybersecurity company, they made an update, and that update was crashing the Microsoft Windows systems. It looks like a fun story, but the thing is that this issue had a very specific trouble to be fixed because the company was not able to release a new update because you had to manually go and try to delete the file that was on the system copied by the update. This was a very huge mess because imagine, maybe let's say that you had the issue on your computer, which is it. Okay, well, yeah, you can try to enter in safe mode, just simply delete the file, and that's it. And it's just solved by right away. There are some automated systems, automated scripts around. I'm going to leave you the link over the description that probably will solve the issue. But imagine if you work in let's say a bank, and you have 1,000 computers that had this issue, and you had to go manually one by one just to delete those files. That's exactly where the issue comes, where the consequences of this is going to take over the time. So I'm pretty sure you haven't heard before about CrowdStrike. So who they are? Well, CrowdStrike is a very big cybersecurity company, which is presided by the CEO George Porch, who has a very big background in the cybersecurity field. He was working as a CTO on McAfee, and then in 2011 he founded CrowdStrike alongside Dimitri Alperovich. Not sure if that exactly the pronunciation for the name, but whatever. The point is, they are not amateurs. They have been doing this for years, and this was a simple human error. It happens all the time in software development, over the life cycle, as I mentioned. So I probably think that they didn't test well what they wanted to release, and this is exactly what happened and why the whole world was crashed. At the moment that we are recording this video, the stock has decreased around 18% and probably is going to go deep. The losses for the company has been huge, and the strain is going to be very hard to forget. If you watch this on perspective, it's so weird how we are tied to just one single company. Imagine how the whole civilization, because yesterday the airport was a mess, and many banks also. How are we tied to the technology that just one error in one company, in one line of code, can simply destroy our daily life? So this is what really makes me think like, hey, we are pretty dependent of technology, and we need to try to either change that or try to not make this kind of error, because at the end, it was just a human error. So George Kurtz, the CrowdStrike CEO, as I mentioned, was before as a CTO of McAfee. But as a very good mention, he was also involved in another global trouble like this. It was in the 2010 around that McAfee had also a glitch with Windows XP, and something similar to this happened before. So this made me think like, okay, if this guy was able to do it, to recover from this, probably he's gonna be able to do it twice. But let's think, okay, who are the winners of this? Well, Linux, Mac, and AWS, because one of the most affected systems was Azure, and it was not that great, for many companies that are using Azure having this issue and their main on the mainframes of the whole structure of AWS, if they are not able to simply rely on the service itself, which is Microsoft is a huge company. Definitely they're gonna survive, but probably not sure about CrowdStrike, as I mentioned before. So let's see what happens over the future. But this is a very, very interesting thing to watch. So what do you think is gonna happen over the future? Well,
As the error was to simply enter on the computer in safe mode, trying to delete the file and whatever, it's probably the most many computers not gonna be protected for a while, and that while can cause huge troubles for the whole internet. So imagine a computer like yours, mine, that had the issue. I just simply enter whatever and try to stop the issue, or just to try to turn on my computer, to not try to format it. And I am not protected. If I am not protected, there will be hackers teams that maybe will try to affect the big computers that maybe yours or mine are not so important because we are so small. But an Azure server, that's where the things can change, So I think that we are going to start to talk about, we are going to keep up talking about this for several weeks and months. To all my cybersecurity friends, I wish them the best. And of course, they were going to have a bunch of work. I hope they make also money with. And yeah, what are the lessons for this? Well, you should always test even your test. So you have to make a test over your test. Never try to release something that you have not tested, and try to avoid the most of the human errors that can happen. And here's where I think that the AI can help. I know, and I think that these companies, so huge like this one, they have a very good process. I really do not understand what happened. Try to understand as a software developer, as a CEO of a company that makes software, and I am like, okay, how this could happen? Well, definitely was a human, but it's pretty strange, to be honest. Other thing to mention about this was the amount of memes that appeared yesterday on internet. I was laughing so hard with all the ideas and the imagination of the people, which was so cool. But to really think about this, just to try to avoid these kind of things, you should always, in your products, the products that you are developing, or the products that you are installing on your computer, just to test if it works or not. These automatic updates, they are trying to save our lives, but sometimes they can bring this kind of issues. I hope you guys have enjoyed this kind of videos. I think that this is a very different thing that I'm trying to do with the channel. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have something to comment, please do it over there. If you like this kind of content, just like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.